They were accused in the death of Freddie Gray 3 years ago, but were acquitted on all the charges.
But now 5 of the 6 Baltimore police officers are suing City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby for even bringing those charges up in the first place. And the next stop for this case just may be the highest court in the land. Let's go to WMAR 2 News investigative reporter Brian Kuebler, who has the latest for us. Brian.
Jamie, at issue here is prosecutorial misconduct. It's what 5 of the 6 Freddie Gray officers allege of Marilyn Mosby. And after their case was overturned by a federal appeals court earlier this year, it may now end up in front of Brett Kavanaugh and the rest of the Supreme Court. This civil suit on behalf of officers Porter, Miller, Nero, Sergeant White, and Lieutenant Rice has been weaving its way through the courts for more than a year. They contend that as state's attorney, Marilyn Mosby maliciously prosecuted the officers and overreached in her power to bring charges in 2015. The officers won their first hearing, lost the second, and now they are looking up at the highest court in the land.
Right now we're tied 1-1. And the Supreme Court would be the tiebreaker.
David Ellen is one of the attorneys trying to bring this suit. He represents Lieutenant Brian Rice. On Thursday, he, along with the 4 others, filed what's called a petition for writ of cert, a formal ask for the Supreme Court to take the case. The odds are slim, but Ellen says he believes they will take this case, partly because of the national intrigue, but more to take the opportunity to clearly define the role of a prosecutor in cases of alleged police misconduct or criminal acts.
I think that the Supreme Court will take it. I think that they'll want to dictate what a prosecutor can and can't do and set those parameters so that every prosecutor in the country will know how they should operate if they're handling one of these cases.
Allen says their chances the Supreme Court will hear this case may only be buoyed by the recent contentious confirmation hearing of newly sworn-in Associate Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Ellen saying the perceived conservative slant of the court could help their case.
I would think that it would help us in that the more conservative a court is, the more likely they would be to side with law enforcement and police officers.
But in the end, you never know which cases the high court will decide to elevate. There is also no timetable for when these attorneys expect to hear back. Now, we did contact Marilyn Mosby's office for comment on this story, and they referred us to the Maryland Attorney General, who has yet to comment.